Okay, guys, please come to page number 7. Page number 7. Exchange rate quotations. So basically, like I told you, that RBI regulates the currency market in India. It has appointed authorized dealers, that is currency exchangers and banks, to provide the currency quotations. So currency quotations will be provided to you by the currency exchangers. Western Union, Matrix, Centrum, these are some companies who are only dealing in currency. If you would have seen them, you may not have noticed, but they are always available in the marketplaces. And then even with the banks, you can do the currency transactions. At least for the main currencies like dollar, euro, pound, yen, these currencies, they provide you the quotation. Okay. So like I told you, RBI will only regulate this market. The rules, the framework, that RBI will give. But ultimately, the quotations are given to you by the dealers. And dealers' quotations will change according to the demand and supply. Okay. Now, when you go to the currency market, let's say SBI is providing the following quotation for dollar. Rupee per dollar is equal to 64.50 oblique 66.25. What does that mean? If this is the quotation given to you, what does that mean? Rupee per dollar is equal to 64.50 oblique 66.25. First of all, dollar is a base currency. That we know. Rupee is the price currency, dollar is the base currency. For every dollar, there are two quotations available. Now what bank is saying, if you want to, bank is talking to you like this. If you want to buy dollar from me, then I am asking you to pay 66.25. This is what bank is telling you. If you want to buy dollar from me, then I am asking for 66.25. And if you want to sell dollar to me, then I am bidding to pay you 64.50. What bank is asking you to pay, and what bank is bidding to pay you. So these two terms become the bid rate and the ask rate. This is the bid rate and this is the ask rate from the bank's point of view. In the given situation, SBI is interested to take either of the two positions with respect to dollar. SBI is asking for rupees 66.25 against every $1. Hence it becomes the ask rate. And at the same time, it is bidding to pay 64.50 for $1. Hence it becomes the bid rate. Bank will always ask you to pay more. And in return, bank will pay you less because it's a business for them. So you can't say this is unfair. This is not unfair. This is just like the production cost of this iPhone is something and they are selling at a higher price. That's a business. Similarly, for currency dealer, the business is to buy currency at a lower price, sell at a higher price. You understood what I'm saying? It is recommended to think from customer's point of view. Don't think of the sums from bank's point of view, because you will always be representing either importer or exporter or foreign currency borrower or foreign currency investor. You won't be representing a bank. Most of the sums will be asked from customer's point of view. So from customer's point of view, if I have to think, how do I conclude my discussion? Sir, we can buy at ask rate and we can sell at bid rate. You always buy at ask rate, you always sell at bid rate. Okay. So from customer's point of view, we will be solving the problems for the customer. In the given case, customer can buy dollar at 66.25, that is the ask rate, and customer can sell dollar at 64.50, that is the bid rate. Ask rate should always be greater than the bid rate, and the difference between the two represents the spread income for the bank. This is the income of the bank. Spread income. Okay. The difference between bid and ask rates is referred as spread income. Okay. Factors on which the spread will depend are, that's right, number one, Higher the competition among currency dealers. Higher the competition among currency dealers. If there is high competition among the currency dealers, what do you think will happen? Very good. Lower the spread. If there are more number of dealers available in the market, obviously they will have to charge less spread. So higher the competition among currency dealers, lower the spread. Next, point number 2. Higher the turnover for customer. Higher the turnover for customer. What will happen? If the turnover for the customer is high, he becomes an important customer for you because he is doing more business with you. Would you give me discount if I come and buy one phone from your shop, or if I buy 100 phones from your shop? More business I am doing with you, you will offer me more discounts. Okay, so lower the spread. Higher the turnover for the customer, lower the spread. Point number 3. Higher the volatility. Higher the volatility. Higher the volatility. You remember I told you volatility represents risk. More volatility means more risk. Bracket you write more risk. Higher the volatility, bracket more risk. If risk is more, you need more spread or less spread? More spread. Please write higher the spread. Higher the spread. Higher the volatility, that is more risk, higher will be the spread. Okay, so just in case if they ask you a theory question or an MCQ where they are asking you factors on which spread will depend, then you have to remember these 3 points: turnover of the customer, competition, and volatility. 3 things are important to decide how much will be the gap between bid and ask rate. Okay. Practically, banks provide the bid-ask quotations. Banks will always provide you the bid-ask quotations, but sometimes in exam, you might get lucky with single quotation sums. If you only get single quotation, then it's good for you. Whether you buy the currency, sell the currency, does not matter. You use that single rate. Some questions in exam have come in the past where they give you only one rate, rupee per dollar 83. So you don't have to apply your brains. Buy rate is what, sell rate is what. Don't have to do all that. Okay. I have told you point number 2 also. Let's read it. In India, exchange rates are determined by demand and supply forces. However, RBI intervenes from time to time to prevent too much volatility in the exchange rate market. RBI intention is only one, that there should not be too much volatility in the market. Understood? RBI will take necessary measures from time to time to ensure that there is no artificial hike in demand for dollar, as the same will result in cost of dollar going up. Think of law of demand. Okay, so they won't let artificial demand going up. If there is too much of demand for dollar, then they start giving you supply of dollar from their own reserves. Understood? Now, next page if you come, the foreign exchange market in India is in 3 tiers. We'll try to understand it with the help of this triangular structure. There are 3 levels at which the Forex market is applied. Okay. There are 3 tiers. 3 tiers means 3 different stages of the market. Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3. Okay. So the Tier 1 market is the transaction between RBI and authorized dealers. Transactions between RBI and authorized dealers. Small market. You see, the space in this market is very small because there are very limited transactions that are happening over here. This is not a big market. Whenever you need currency, take it from the RBI. And then the currency floats in the market. Somebody is buying, somebody is selling, right? Tier 2 market. It's a market where transactions are taking place between authorized dealers. We can also refer to it as wholesale market. And sometimes institute in their questions will use the language interbank market, IBM. That is tier 2 market, the wholesale market. And lastly, you have the big chunk of this market, which is between transactions are between authorized dealers and retail customers. Transactions between authorized dealers and retail customers. We also refer to it as retail market. And the rates in this market are referred as TT rates, telegraphic transfer rates. Transactions between authorized dealer and retail customers, TT rates, that is telegraphic transfer rates. So if in the sum they use the language IBM, interbank rates, then you understand it is wholesale market. Transaction between one bank with another bank. One authorized dealer with another authorized dealer. If they use the word TT, telegraphic transfer, then you understand it is a transaction in the retail market between bank and the customer. Okay? Okay, see this. The exchange rates in the retail market are known as telegraphic transfer rates, that is TT rates, and they are generated from the wholesale or interbank rates by loading a margin to the interbank rates. So we take the interbank rates, we add some margin to it, and then we get the retail market rates. How does that work? Let's see with an example. Suppose the interbank rates are given to you, wholesale rate, rupee per dollar is given as 61.30, 61.70, and they have given you buy commission and sell commission. So interbank rates are given, then commission is given to calculate the retail market rates. Okay, because I told you we take the interbank rates, we adjust the margin to calculate the retail market rates. Okay, calculate the retail market rates up to 4 decimal places. In the given case, we assume commission are given from customer's point of view. Okay, so commission is given from customer's point of view, the rate at which customer can sell dollar. Now obviously if you sell dollar, you always sell at a lower rate. Lower rate is bid rate. Correct, no? And selling commission is how much, guys? 0.15. So from this we remove 0.15% of 61.30 and we get 61.2081. When you sell dollar to bank, guys, when you sell dollar to bank, you will receive rupee. But while paying you rupee, bank will reduce its commission. That is why we did minus. You sold dollar to bank, you got rupee, but from that rupee, bank is deducting its commission and paying you the net money. Vulnerability is very high in this. There are chances that you commit a mistake. Some of you have a tendency to always add commission and some of you have a tendency to always subtract commission. Just giving you a hint, because down the line we will do some questions where you will make a mistake. So remember this, what I told you. Okay. Rate at which customer can buy dollar. When you buy dollar, you take the ask rate. So we have taken 61.70 plus we did 0.1%. Why did we add it? Because when you buy, you are going to pay. The bank will take from you, plus they will add their commission to it. That is why you are adding commission. Okay, so simply you can remember like this: whenever ask rate is applicable, we add commission. Whenever bid rate is applicable, we remove commission. Because ask rate is what you pay to the bank. When you pay to the bank, you add commission to it. And when you are taking from the bank, bank will deduct its commission and pay you the net money. Are we comfortable with this? Okay, I have written it also over here. Students often get confused whether to add or subtract commission. Just remember, if we buy the base currency, we will pay ask rate plus bank will add its commission. bank will charge you more. If we sell the base currency, we will get the bid rate minus bank will deduct its commission. That is, bank will pay customer less. Okay. And this part also we are reading. Generally, single rate of exchange commission is given. They will give you one rate of commission, 0.1%. So whether you take ask rate, you adjust 0.1%. Whether you take bid rate, you adjust 0.1%. If buy and sell commission are different, it will be safe to write an assumption. What assumption? Just like we have written assumption over here. We assume that the rates are given from customer's point of view. And you can also, so they have said, no, buy commission is so much, sell commission is so much. So we have told it that we are taking it from customer point of view. So buy commission for the customer is 0.1%, sell commission for the customer is 0.15%. Okay. So remember this very clearly, guys. Whenever you take ask rate, commission will be added because you are paying to the bank. So you need to pay more. Whenever bank will pay you the bid rate, it will deduct its commission because bank will charge you some commission and give you only the remaining amount. Okay. Now we come to the important part of our discussion. When we are converting from one currency to another currency, whether to multiply or divide, that part we are doing now. Okay. See, this is actually simple stuff, but I don't want to take any chances. So we have formulated rules of conversion. Let's see, this rupee per dollar is 82. If you have $5 lakhs in hand and the question asks you, what INR will you have on conversion? So you do a simple maths, you say, sir, 5 lakhs into 82. Correct, guys? But if you come across a currency where you do not have knowledge about it and a quotation is given like this, Singapore dollar per Australian dollar. Okay, Singapore dollar per Australian dollar is, let's say, given as 1.1250. And now you have Singapore dollars 50,000 in hand and you have to find out how much Australian dollars will you have. So you do your entire maths. Okay, Singapore dollar needed for one Australian dollar is greater than one, which means Australia dollar is stronger. You agree with what I said? Singapore dollar needed for Australian dollar is greater than one, which means Singapore dollar is weak compared to Australian dollar. That is why for one Australian dollar, you need more than one Singapore dollar. Now, what do I have in hand? I have Singapore dollars in hand. So if I convert from Singapore dollars to Australian dollars, I should get less Australian dollars. Do you understand what I'm saying? So to get less, will you multiply or divide? I should divide in this case. Rupee and dollar is very simple. No, you know, if I have dollars, I will get more rupees. See, what instigated you to say multiply? Because you know, if I divide 5 lakh by 82, I'll get a very small amount, but that is not possible. With dollars in hand, you will always get more. What I'm trying to tell you guys is, there are many currencies which we are not comfortable with. You will come across a lot of currencies. African rands, Chinese yuan, Indonesian rupiah, Swiss franc, Italian lira. So many currencies are there. How many will you learn? If you want to apply logic in everything, then you have to apply logic like what I said. I'll repeat it for you again. Singapore dollar needed for Australian dollar is greater than 1. What do you conclude? Singapore dollar is weak. Australian dollar is strong. What do you have in hand? Singapore dollar. If you give Singapore dollar and you get Australian dollar, you're converting from weak currency to strong currency. So you should get less than 50,000. To get less than 50,000, will you multiply or divide? So I should divide. Rather than doing all this, why not make it simple? How we make it simple, that I'm telling you now. So I first explained you the problem. Now I am giving you a solution for that. See. Rules of conversion. Okay. So there are two situations that we have. The first situation is when only single rate quotation is given. I told you, you can have sums where you only have one single rate of quotation. How will that appear? A/B is equal to X. This is how quotation will be given. B is the base currency, which is given in the denominator. A is the price currency. You're comfortable till now? Okay. So only there are two rules, guys. And before we write it, don't write anything. Okay, I'll make you write. Just understand first. Base currency should always be written in denominator. That is what we are doing as of now. in some questions, ICAI, just to trouble you, will give you currency quotation like this. They can do anything to trouble you. See, you can't challenge them. For their sake, they can do anything. Because this is, I told you, there are no standards, no. It's my wish, I write like this. So they write like this, dollar per rupee is equal to 82. But this is not correct, no. What will you say? We need $82 for 1 rupee. Array, it's not sounding good only. You may be pro BJP, but it will take time to happen, right? At least right now it is not possible, no. So you immediately look at this currency quotation and say, oh, I understood what they have done. Okay, I got it. They have written base currency in the numerator. Array, it is dollar by rupee. One numerator, one denominator. When they say dollar per rupee, think of it like this. Dollar by rupee. They've written numerator, dollar, denominator, rupee. But we know this is not correct. So what we want base currency in the denominator. That is why I have told you that when you apply the rules, first you make sure that the base currency is always written in the denominator. But so what if institute gives it in the numerator? Then you rewrite the quotation with base currency in the denominator. You got my point what I'm saying? Base currency should always be in the denominator. Now we are moving ahead towards rule number 1. If base currency is given and we need price currency. Okay, base currency given, you need answer in price currency. No exceptions, always multiply. Always. Amount of base currency is given, you want your answer in price currency, always multiply. Okay. Rule number 2, if price currency is given and we need base currency, always divide. No exceptions. So when you see the sum, whether you have to see, when you get a common currency like dollar and pound, you don't have to apply your rules. You will not naturally know, sir, multiply or divide. When you're dealing with currencies which I call as alien currencies, which you're not very familiar with, then what do? Then you please apply this rule. What is given? Base currency. What I need? Price currency. Multiply. Rather than doing all that maths, this is stronger, this is weaker, this is greater than 1, this is less than 1. On conversion, I should get less or more. Don't do all that maths. Simple. What is given? Base currency. What do you need? Price currency. Apply rule 1. Multiply. What is given? Price currency. What is needed? Base currency. Divide always. Am I making sense, guys? Okay, let's write. You have this space. You please write over there. A oblique B is equal to X. A oblique B is equal to X. Below B you write base currency, and below A you write price currency. After that you write base currency should always be written in the denominator. Base currency should always be written in the denominator. Base currency should always be written in the denominator. Base currency should always be written in the denominator. Next line, rule number 1. Rule number 1. If amount of base currency is given, if amount of base currency is given, if amount of base currency is given and we need to find out answer, and we need to find out answer, we need to find out answer in terms of price currency, and we need to find out answer in terms of price currency, we will always multiply. We will always multiply. Next, rule number 2. If amount of price currency is given, if amount of price currency is given, if amount of price currency is given, and we need answer in terms of base currency, answer in terms of base currency, we need answer in terms of base currency, we will always divide. We will always divide. Okay, we'll see one question to understand the rules. Look at question number 2. The following spot rates are observed in the foreign currency market. Now you see what quotations they have given. Britain pound, Netherlands guilders, Sweden kroner, Switzerland franc, Italian lira, Japanese yen. So all different variety of currencies they have given. And how they have given the quotation is given as foreign currency per US dollar, which means they are taking in the denominator dollar. But I need to ensure that dollar is in the denominator, that is okay. But I need to ensure that dollar in the denominator should be base currency. You understood what I said? My base currency should be in the denominator. This is what I have told you. So what I do, first quotation I try to write. You don't do anything, you just understand. Pound per dollar. Because they are writing dollar in the denominator. So I write as the first currency as pound per dollar, 0.62. Now you know pound and dollar relation. Beginning of the class we have discussed. You know that, okay, I know pound is stronger than dollar. So pound needed for dollar should be less than 1. In this case, pound per dollar is given as less than 1, which means we understood dollar is the base currency, which means my condition is satisfied. I want the base currency to be given in the denominator. No, it is institute's wish. No, they can give it in the denominator, they can give it in the numerator. But at least for this sum, I understand that they have given it in the denominator. So I'm okay to go ahead with the rules now. Okay. So guys, please understand one thing. In this sum, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quotations given to you. If institute is following a pattern to write base currency in the denominator, they will follow that pattern for all the quotations. Suddenly for second quotation, base currency will not jump to numerator. Hello? You understood what I said? Base currency should be in the denominator. That is okay with one quotation. Then it goes good with all the quotations in that particular sum. Okay. Okay. So we know base currency is in the denominator. Now see what they're asking you. On the basis of this information, compute to the nearest second decimal the number of British pound that can be acquired for $100. Guys, what is given? Dollar amount is given. Means base currency is given. You need to go to price currency. What will you do? Multiply. Correct? No? Let's first orally discuss, then we will write. First case, multiply. Okay? Second case, dollar that 50 Dutch guilders will buy. Dutch guilder is a price currency. What do you want? Base currency. What will you do? Divide. Okay? Third case, Swedish krona that can be acquired for $40. What is given? Base currency. What do you need? Price currency. From base currency, if I need to convert into price currency, I always multiply. Okay, done. Dollar that 200 Swiss franc can buy. What is given? 200 Swiss franc is given. What is that? Price currency. What do you need? Base currency. From price currency, if I have to convert into base currency, I always divide. No exceptions. Okay. Italian lira that can be acquired for $10. Again, dollar is given. We need Italian lira. Multiply. And last case, dollar that 1,000 Japanese yen will buy. Yen is a price currency. I need answer in base currency, so I have to divide. Guys, are you understanding? The whole idea of doing this question is to make you understand that you should not get scared looking at the currency quotations. Let them use any currency quotation of the world. You use any one currency quotation to understand that your denominator is the base currency. Once you do that, apply rules of conversion, forget about it. That's it. Okay, let's, so what you can do is now you can go to your notebook. You have carried a notebook with you? Okay, so in your notebook, you will write solution to question number 2 and you can give a page number reference. I don't have to tell you all this. You know all these things very well. But try to maintain a nice new notebook is what I can suggest. Sir, beginning of my notebook is FR, somewhere in between is auditing, and I am dedicating it for SFM. Don't do that. Okay, I request you, because what I dictate in class plus what you solve at home, that all should form part of your one nice size 6 or size 8 notebook. If you stay disciplined, your marks will also show discipline to you. Okay, it's a request to you. Please follow that, what I'm saying. Okay. So if today you don't have a nice notebook, you please go back home, buy a nice notebook and write it down again, whatever is there. But don't do it like scribbling on loose sheets or all. In that case, if someday I suddenly get up and I see those loose sheets, tough times for you. I'm telling you this. Okay. Okay. Solution to question number 2. Let's write. Please write. Looking at pound per dollar quotation. Looking at pound per dollar quotation, we understand it is price of dollar expressed in terms of pound. Hence, dollar is the base currency. Hence, dollar is the base currency, bracket denominator. Dollar is the base currency, denominator. Next, let's write point number 8. Pound that can be acquired $100 into 0.62. $100 into 0.62. 62 pound. Next. Dollar that we can buy. So we're doing price currency to base currency. So we know we have to divide. So that is 50 divided by 1.90. 26.3. Okay, I'm 316, I think you're getting. So taking it as 26.32. Okay. Next. Swedish krona that can be acquired. Base currency to price currency. So we got to multiply 40 into 6.40. 250. Next, dollar that we can buy. 200 divided by 1.50. 133.33. Next, Italian lira. That can be acquired. $1,300 into 10. Dollar that 1,000 Japanese yen will buy. 7.14. Also, if you remember, I told you there are some currencies which make you feel good. Yen is one of them. If you look at this quotation, yen per dollar is 140. Now you understood what I'm trying to say? Rupee needed for dollar is 82, but yen needed for dollar is 140. So again, you can use that common currency relation and you can understand rupee needed for every $1 is less than yen needed for every $1, which means rupee as a currency is stronger than yen. You guys understood what I said? Okay, I'm giving you 5 minutes time, not more than that. Then I'll discuss the question also with you. So there are some questions which I will tell you to do in the class and I will discuss them with you. And there are some questions which I will tell you to do in the class and I will move on. So this I will discuss with you, but I want you to do it and solve and get me the answer in 5 minutes. Okay, please don't discuss among yourselves. Try to do it by yourself. Can we discuss it? Mr. Abhishek is planning a foreign trip with his family and has decided the following budget. So he's planning a foreign trip. Okay. Different places, different budget is given, but it is given in the currency of that particular place. Okay. Like Japan is given as yen 5 lakhs, US is given as dollar 15,000, UK is pound 12,500, and Germany is 7,500. Now, the exchange rates are given to you. Rupee per dollar is given as 66.76. The moment you see this quotation, you are concluding one thing: base currency is in denominator. So your purpose is done. Next quotation is given as pound per rupee, rupee per euro, yen per rupee. You should not have a problem if in one quotation. So this is a new kind of a problem which students have invented. Some students, they come back to me after class and say, first quotation rupees price currency. Why suddenly second quotation rupee becomes base currency? Arey, what is your problem? They can give any currency anywhere. Why do you want to challenge that? What is my problem? My problem is only when base currency is not given in the denominator. That is my problem. In one quotation, base currency can be rupee. In second quotation, rupee can be price currency. That is fine. We should not have a problem with that. You understood what I'm saying? So the moment I see rupee and dollar quotation, I understood that they have given base currency in the denominator. Matter close. I can simply apply the rules of conversion now. Pound per rupee is given, rupee per euro is given, and yen per rupee is given. How much is the total expenditure in rupee terms? Okay. So we will do it country wise now. Computation of total expenditure. Computation of total expenditure. We start with Japan, and the amount which we are calculating, that we need to calculate in terms of rupee. Now you see Japan budget is how much? 5 lakhs. Yeah, yen 5 lakhs. Rupee equivalent amount. So we have 5 lakhs. Now you go back to the quotation and you see the last quotation. Yen per rupee. So yen is given to you. So from price currency, you're going to the base currency. You need to divide. So 5 lakhs divided by 3.22. Correct, no? 5 lakhs divided by 3.22. That gives you 155,280. Can I take it? Okay, 155,280. Next, number 2. US, 15,000. US dollars 15,000 is a budget. Rupee equivalent amount. So 15,000. Look at the quotation. Dollar is the base currency. We are given base currency. We need to convert into price currency. So we got to multiply with 66.76. Do you agree? Yeah. So 15,000 into 66.76. We get 10 lakhs 1,400. 10 lakhs 1,400. Next. UK, pound 12,500. Pound 12,500. Rupee equivalent amount. Now see the quotation, pound per rupee is given. So from pound we are converting into rupee. From price currency to base currency. What we need to do? Divide. 12,500 divide by 0.0115. 12,500 divide by 0.0115. 10 lakhs 86,957. I am taking it. Okay. 10,86,957. Last. Germany is 7,500. Euro 7,500. Rupee equivalent amount. Yeah, guys, rupee per euro is given. Euro is the base currency. From base currency, we need to move to the price currency. We got to multiply. Okay, so 7,500 into 74.325. 7,500 into 74.325. 557,438. $28 lakhs 1,000. Okay, 075 approximately I have written. This is what we have discussed about rules of conversion when single rate is given to you. But what if they give you the bid and ask rate? If they give us the bid and ask rates, then how do we proceed? Okay, that is what is our next point of discussion. Case 2. Bid ask quotation is given. Okay, first you let me explain, then you will copy. How will the quotation appear? A oblique B is equal to X oblique Y. What do you want? Base currency. And what do you want? It should be in the denominator. What is X? Bid rate. What is Y? Ask rate. And what do you know? Y should be greater than X. This is normal principle. Nobody will sell you at a lower rate and buy at a higher rate. Bank will charge more from you and give you less. So Y should be greater than X. Rule 1, same. What is it? Base currency to price currency, multiply. Rule 2, same. Price currency to base currency, divide. Correct? This is not changing. Rule 3. Now, rule 1 and 2 will remain the same. Now the question is whether to use bid rate or whether to use ask rate, which we have already discussed. If we want to buy the base currency, ask rate. Rule 4, if we want to sell the base currency, then you sell at a lower rate, which is bid rate. Okay. So I'm giving you 2 notes over here. Note number 1, for rules 3 and 4, Very, very, very important. Always focus on base currency. Whether to use ask rate or whether to use bid rate, you will think only from base currency point of view. Institute is very clever. Some questions framing is done in a way where they will talk about price currency. But you will have the habit of only saying one thing. If I am buying ask rate, what are you buying? Base currency. What do you say? Buy the base currency, ask rate. But suddenly what happens? You forget the word base currency. And you say anything if you are buying, take ask rate. But it is completely wrong because you are talking about buying the price currency. Institute is saying buy the price currency. So if institute is saying buy the price currency, it means we are selling the base currency. And if I am selling the base currency, then bid rate will apply. Gone completely wrong. Now see, Forex questions, I tell my students that we will score 100% marks in Forex problems. Because we know the rules, we'll do variety of problems, your concepts will be clear, we practice a lot of sums. With Forex problems, the biggest risk is, no matter how good you know the concepts, but with the basics, if you make a mistake, rules of conversion, somewhere you took bid rate or ask rate, adding commission, subtracting commission, make a mistake, entire sum zero. Because if the currency rates are wrong, transaction profits and losses are wrong, final answer is wrong, all profit loss computations are wrong, they will give you zero in that sum. That is why we have to be very, very careful. So what did I say? First very important thing is that you need to always focus on base currency. Okay. And second note also you already know, but I'm still telling you again and again. If exchange commission is given, correct? No. Ask rate plus commission, because bank will take more from you. Bid rate minus commission, because while paying you, bank will pay you less. Hello? Are we now clear with everything? Okay, let's write. Bid oblique ask quotation is given. A oblique B is equal to X oblique Y. A oblique B is equal to X oblique Y. Okay, so under B you just write base currency and bracket denominator, because we want base currency in the denominator. X is bid rate, Y is ask rate, and you know Y should be greater than X. Done? So you can just write rule number 1. From base currency to price currency. From base currency to price currency, we always multiply. From base currency to price currency, we always multiply. Rule number 2. From price currency to base currency, we always divide. Rule number 3. If you want to buy the base currency, we use ask rate. Rule number 4, if you want to sell the base currency, we use bid rate. We use bid rate. Note number 1. For rule 3 and 4, we will always focus on, for rule 3 and 4, we will always focus on base currency. We will always focus on base currency. And note number 2, if exchange commission is given, we take ask rate plus commission. Bid rate minus commission. Commission adjustment to ask rate is always added because bank will take more from you, and bid rate minus commission because bank will deduct and pay you. Okay. We'll look at question number 4. Consider the following quotation. Dollar per pound is 1.2125, 1.2140. Now you apply your common sense. You know dollar is stronger than pound or dollar is weaker than pound. Yeah, you don't say yes to everything I say. Dollar is weaker than pound. So if dollar is weaker than pound, then dollar needed for pound should be greater than 1. This maths is clear. You see dollar is weaker than pound. We know that. Dollar needed for pound, dollar needed for 1 pound should be greater than 1. That is satisfied in this case. So you conclude pound is base currency and it is in the denominator. The moment you do this cross checking now, then you know that now I can apply my rules of conversion. Okay. Now you see the first case. What there are 5 different situations. We will read one of them, discuss, then write an answer for that in the notebook. Then come to situation 2 because all are different cases. Okay. 5 situations are given to us. First situation, ABC Limited is having pound 55,000 payable for the goods imported from UK. ABC Limited is one entity in US. They have imported goods from UK and for those goods they have to pay pound 55,000. What will be dollar equivalent cost of goods? You can take 30 seconds, 1 minute time, think about it, then I will tell you the answer. You think of the situations which we have studied. What will the company do? US entity will have to buy pound for making payment? Yes or no? US entity has payable. So they will have to buy pound for making payment. You people understand this? If they have to buy pound, then ask rate will apply. So we have to focus on ask rate. That is clear to everybody. We have to buy the base currency, ask rate will apply. What is given to you? Pound. What do you want your final answer in? Dollar. From pound to dollar. From base currency to price currency. You will multiply. Ask rate and multiply. Clear guys? Okay, please write. Please write, US entity will have to US entity will have to buy pound for making payment. Buy pound for making payment. US entity will have to buy pound for making payment. Hence, ask rate will apply. Dollar required is equal to 55,000 into 1.2140. $66,770. $66,770. Is it fine, guys? Okay, let's look at situation 2. Correct. They are buying pound. Yeah. ABC is a US entity. It is to be understood from the question. Because they are importing goods from UK. Okay, second situation, guys. A student from UK wants to pursue his MBA in US. Okay, UK student wants to pursue his MBA in US. Fees is $5750. What is pound equivalent fees? So first you see dollar amount is given. I need to find out the amount in pound equivalent. From price currency, I'm going to base currency. Do you agree? From price currency to base currency, divide I have to do, that I understand. Correct? Now see, UK student, what does he have in his pocket? Pound. He has pound with him. He will sell pound, buy dollar. What is your focus? Base currency is your focus. So what is he doing with the base currency? He's selling pound. So he will sell pound to buy dollar. Okay, so sell pound means bid rate, and because dollar is given and we are converting into pound, so we have to divide. So bid rate and divide. Okay. UK student will sell pound. UK student will sell pound to convert into dollar. UK student will sell pound to convert into dollar. Underline the word sell pound because that is your focus. Hence, bid rate will apply. Hence, bid rate will apply. Next line, pound equivalent fees. Pound equivalent fees. $5750 divide by 1.2125. $4742.27. Correct? Try out part 3, then I'll discuss the answer with you. Pound 1 lakh is given to you. You want answer in terms of dollar? From pound to dollar, from base currency to price currency. Multiply. So multiply part is clear. This is a UK investor. He is having 1 lakh pound with him. He will sell pound to buy dollar. What is your focus? Sell pound or buy dollar? Sell pound is your focus because we focus on base currency. So if we sell pound, then bid rate will apply. So bid rate and multiply. Okay. Please write UK investor. UK investor will sell pound to buy dollar. UK investor will sell pound to buy dollar. Underline the word sell pound. Hence bid rate will apply. Next, dollar equivalent funds for investment. Dollar equivalent funds for investment is equal to 1 lakh into 1.2125. 121,250. Correct? Next, question number 4. A US company has exported goods to UK for $1 lakh. What is pound equivalent invoice amount? Think about it. Both 4 and 5 are a little tricky. So think about it properly. Whose risk is it? What is that entity supposed to do? Like that you have to think. Okay, one thing is clear. No, dollar is given. We need to get answer in pound. So from price currency to base currency, we know we have to divide. That part is clear, right? Okay. Now the question is whether bid rate will be used or ask rate will be used, and I need your explanation for that. Okay, you explain. But it is given US company has exported goods to UK for $1 lakh. It's not about selling, it's about explanation. See, what you are explaining and what he's explaining is different. Because try to understand, if US entity has exported goods for $1 lakh, US entity does not have exposure. Whose exposure is it? UK entity. So I have to answer from UK entity's perspective. You understood? Maybe your final answer by fluke gets correct, but explanation part is not correct. Because what he's saying is, sir, if US entity is exporting in dollar, I have to think from UK entity's point of view. Now, UK entity, what is UK entity thinking? UK entity is thinking, I have dollar payable. So they have to buy dollar, which means they have to sell pound. What is focus? Sell pound. So which rate will apply? Bid rate will apply. You understood what I'm saying? Okay, let's write. UK entity will have to buy dollar, that is sell pound. UK entity will have to buy dollar, that is sell pound. What is your focus? Buy dollar is a focus or sell pound is a focus? Sell pound is a focus. Underline what is your focus? You please form this habit of underlining that. Because the moment you fall in this flow, buy dollar, buy dollar, buy dollar, buy dollar, ask rate. Don't make that mistake. First, you try to focus on your base currency. So sell pound is my focus. And if it is sell pound, what will you write? Hence, bid rate will apply. Yes or no? Hence, bid rate will apply. And because dollar amount is given, we need to get the answer in pound. From the price currency to base currency we are going, so we need to divide. Therefore, pound equivalent invoice amount 1 lakh divide by 1.2125. How much? 81? 474. Okay, 82, 474.2. Try out question number 5. Again, little tricky, so you take your time and think about it. Don't give me wrong answer. Yeah. Bid rate you are saying. Okay. So one thing is sorted out, right? $10 lakh is given. we need to find a pound equivalent. So from price currency to base currency, we need to divide. This part is clear to everybody, right? Now some of you are saying bid rate. Okay, let us see. Anybody has a different answer? Ask rate. Very nice. This is how you make a market, right? Some people buy, some people sell, some people bid rate, some people ask it. That's how market is created basically. X Limited needs $10 lakh for its business operations and decides to borrow from UK. How much pound borrowing is required? One company, X Limited, XL Limited, whatever it is, we have to assume this that they are a US entity. We have to assume this they are a US entity. Now they need $10 lakh for their business, but they don't want to borrow in US, they want to borrow in UK. HDFC and HSBC example which I gave you. You're saying ask rate? Why? But right now we're talking about borrowing. We're not talking about repayment, we're talking about borrowing. First you borrow, ma'am. First you borrow, then only you repay, right? So what are you doing with the borrowing is my question. They are asking you the borrowing amount. You borrow pound. We borrow pound, so we use ask rate, you're saying. And okay, you're saying something. First, yeah. Bid rate. Correct. Very good. That explanation is correct. Why you got it wrong? Because you are saying borrowing, but in your mind you're thinking buying. Think about it. Borrowing and buying are two different things. You are borrowing pound, then you come to the currency market, you sell pound, convert into dollars, because you need dollars for doing your business. You understood what I'm saying? Okay, so yes, he's correct. We have to borrow pound, sell pound to convert into dollars. So focus is on selling of pound, which means 1.2125 will apply. Understood? Please write. US entity will borrow pound and sell it to convert into dollar. US entity will borrow pound and sell it to convert into dollars. So underline the word sell. Hence bid rate will apply. Hence bid rate will apply. If a pound borrowing required is equal to 10 lakhs divide by 1.2125. Eight two four seven four 2.27. 824,742.27. Okay, we are clear with the rules of conversion. We'll take a break now.